All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we have two more Boldr Odysseys for you. Now, if you guys watch the channel, you know that Boldr Supply Company has sent a number of Odysseys out for me to look at here on the channel, and they're awesome, awesome watches. Very much a tool watch, big, bulky, 500-meter watches, very, very much purpose-built watches. Now, these are in the standard 45 millimeter series. I've had some of the new 40 millimeter series here on the channel, but these two limited edition pieces here you see in front of you are in the 45 millimeter series. So I'll go through the sizes as we go. But these two, like I said, are limited edition pieces. 100 of each is being made, and these are both numbered pieces. So I'll flip them over and show you the case back of the number on these watches. But we've got on the left-hand side, that is a CUSN 8 coal black dial, and these are both in the Lumicast series, and I'll tell you a second here what the Lumicast is. And on the right hand side, that's a stainless steel case, and that kind of industrialized looking stainless steel case design, and it's got the coral brown dial on it. So very cool watches. Both of these are brand new watches, got sent to me. I want to thank Hong at Boldr Supply Company for sending these out. Love having these watches here on the channel. So the first one I want to look at is this coral brown dial one. Just something about a brown dial on a watch looks super cool. Now, one thing I want to apologize for, guys, these have double dome sapphire crystals, and with that you pick up reflections all over the place. You can see my studio lights, my ceiling fan, my camera, everything in the background just gets picked up by these, but it is what it is. Get used to that. So double dome sapphire crystal on this watch, and you guys can see it sticks up quite a bit over the bezel on the watch there. Brown dial on this. I love this coral brown dial on here, especially in contrast with this kind of gray hardened stainless steel looking case here on the watch. It's just really, really a nice contrast. Now, like I said, these are in their Lumicast series. These are the only two, I do believe, with the Lumicast indices on them. Lumicast is basically a combination of ceramic and Swiss Superluminova. So when the ceramic is baked, you've got the Swiss Superluminova right inside of it. And so really cool. And then, of course, the indices are applied to the dial on this watch. I'll bring it up here just a little bit closer so maybe you can see the depth to those Lumicast indices. Really cool dial setup here. As you guys can look at the rehaut there, you can see these little 5-second increments here that are blocked out, which is kind of a neat design here on the watch. The dial layout itself is very nice. Nice round plots at the 5-minute marks with these rectangular ones at the 12 o'clock, the 3, the 6, and the 9 position. Very nicely done. Big baton style hands on these. The lume on these watches is always spectacular. But talking about the sizing of the watch itself, I said 45 millimeter case. They come in at about 53 basically lug to lug. So they are a big, big watch. You have 17 millimeters of thickness on this watch with its 500 meter depth rating here, but very, very nice. I wanted to show you guys, you can see the sign crown there, and I just wanted to kind of talk about the design on the case of these watches. You guys can see just these kind of hard edges and very industrial looking, very much a purpose-built dive watch. I've always felt that way about these Boldr Odysseys. Helium escape valve here on the opposite side of the crown, but very nicely done. 22 millimeter lug openings. This rubber strap on here is a natural rubber strap. Feels real nice. Has this nice coral brown to match the dial on the watch. I'll flip it over here and show you guys the case back on the watch. You do have, these are limited edition case backs besides the watch itself being limited edition. You can see this kraken here on the back with its trident, which is pretty cool the way that is put on there. Like I said, limited edition pieces. This one is numbered up here. It looks like this one is number 75 of 100 available. So I don't know, this is a tour watch, so this one may just stay with the company. So maybe there's really only 99 available in each of these colors when you think about that. But then the Boldr Odyssey in the back, quick release pins if you do want to do a strap change on the watch. But coral brown, this one looks really, really cool. Let's check out the bronze with the coal black dial. Now, it's pretty crazy. I need to wipe off this glass here. I literally just opened this watch up, and this one was brand new. I took the stickers off, and I've handled it just a tiny bit, and you guys can kind of see this pinkish hue that the watch is getting. That's really already some patina the watch is getting just from me touching it. This was like, I kid you not, like virgin bronze when I pulled this watch out of the package, and there was not a mark of tarnish on it. And just since I've been handling it, you can see that it's kind of pinkish color at the top of the lugs from me. I've tried to shoot this video a few times, and I've handled the watch a little bit in that, so you can see that, but just beautiful. I mean, this will patina quite a bit. I have a Phoebus watch, their Eagle Ray in a bronze, and it's patinaed really quite well. I need to show that to you guys, but it's also in this CUSN 8 marine bronze. But the bezels on these watches, I didn't show you on the other one, but it's the same 120 click bezels. You can hear that nice stiff action on there. This one has a little bit different rehaut on it, as you guys can see. I'll show you that, but it also has these Lumicast indices on it, the baton style hands. This one has I do believe there's a little bit of a gild to these hands to kind of match the bronze on the watch. Go ahead and get this back in place. You can see that big bold lume pip up there on this bezel. Glows super bright. We'll definitely get the lume shot. But again, case back on this watch is the same. You have this, I guess you'd call it a Kraken with the trident there. Again, a limited edition piece. This one looks like it's number 93 of 100. Again, I'm the first one touching this watch. It's kind of crazy. There's only going to be 100 of these, and I'm getting to put my patina on it, which is kind of cool. Kind of a special watch, I think. I love, one of the things I didn't mention on the other one too is the crown on these watches. Very easy to manipulate. I mean, you can feel like this is a tool watch just because of the way the crown works. You can see, look inside of there, you guys can see the double gaskets inside of there. This is really like a trip lock crown like you'd have on a Sea Dweller or something like that. It's a very, very robust feeling watch. The crown, everything like that. You could use this watch with gloves on, no problem. The bezel, everything like that is just really, really easy to manipulate. But let's go ahead and get a different perspective, get both these watches on my 7-inch wrist, and then make sure to stick around and let's check out the Lumicast lume on these and see how much it glows. I'm really excited to check that out. Give me a second here, guys. All right, so starting off with the coral brown on my wrist because I really like this color. Now, it's huge. These watches are very big, but I remember the first time I got Boldr Odyssey into the channel, and I wore it all day. I took it out in the field with me. I was working in very hot weather, and I spent an entire day out working in the field with the watch on my wrist, and I loved it. It was super comfortable. You can see it conforms to the wrist very well, even with this long lug tip to lug tip. For me, and a 7-inch wrist, it fits surprisingly well. If you want a watch that feels tool built, purpose built, these are the watches to check out. I've always had a real good run of the way these Boldr Odysseys fit my 7-inch wrist. I just think they look good. They're definitely a standout piece, just a tough, get it done tool watch. So let's go ahead and throw the bronze one here on my wrist also, check it out. All right, so I do feel a little bit of a weight difference with the bronze one on. One thing I haven't mentioned to you guys yet, and it's kind of crazy, is the movement. These are running a Sellita SW200 movement in both of these watches, which is a very, very good movement. I do believe it's a 25 or 26, maybe a 26 joule movement, high beat movement, 28,800 vibrations per hour, get about a 38-hour power reserve. And as you guys can see, both these models have a date window down there at the 6 o'clock position. Clean dials with the Boldr Odyssey, and then your depth rating information and automatic down here just above 6 o'clock. So let's go ahead and dim the lights and check out the lume on both these watches. All right, so guys, forgive me. My phone recently did an update, and it really changed some of the features. And when I put all dark on, it gets all fuzzy and kind of weird and out of focus. So I'm going to just light these things up. Lume is incredible on both these watches, and as I've always had with these Odysseys, it lasts all night long. One of the other things I forgot to mention to you guys is the price on these watches. These watches are going to be listing at $799 USD. And for the limited number of 100 pieces on these watches, I think you're getting a great watch. Swiss movement, limited edition pieces, and that's for both of them if you want the browns or the stainless steel. They're both running at a $799 USD price. So basically 800 bucks is what you're going to pay for these watches. So pretty cool pieces. Let's go ahead and pause and bring up the lights and go out. All right, guys, so a couple really neat pieces here from Boldr Supply Company. I want to thank Hong over there at Boldr Supply for getting these watches out to me. These are going right over to Chris at Marshall Time next, and then they're going to be going over to Watches Galore. So stay tuned to both of those channels to check out these really cool limited edition timepieces. So, all right, guys, you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.